Hey guys, Chris with Headlight Revolution here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do LED turn signals and resistors on your 2003 to 2015 Nissan Titan. We're going to be using GTR lighting products exclusively for this install, and I'm going to show you guys everything you need to do step by step for the front and the rear. Let's get started. Alright guys, the first step in getting this grill off is these 4 clips. And they're kind of a funny clip design, and they're unlike anything I've seen before. The way they work is you take a flat screwdriver and just insert it in the face of it. You'll see the flat little recess there, and turn it, and you'll see it kind of slip into the grill like that. And if you just do that across these 4, that's all there is to it. Now I'm going to show you guys one more time. So you can see it kind of slips into that recess there, and the grill is now free from those clips. Now there's 2 of these clips right here. There's one on the driver's side and there's one on the passenger side in this opening by the headlight. And what you need to do, they're kind of tough, strong wise, you need to just push on it toward the inside of the truck and you'll feel that release just like so. Same story on the passenger side. Give that clip a push. You might have to reposition a little bit, it just kind of depends. They're pretty strong. There, that one fought me a little bit. It's a little bit stronger than the driver's side clip. On this particular truck, this isn't the best example to show you guys, but these bottom clips were damaged in a previous accident, and so it's kind of hard for me to show you exactly how they come off because they're not really there. That being said, I can show you where they're at. There's actually one remaining, and it's this one right here. So as you can see, these outside 2 are not there anymore. Not a big deal. It's the same idea as the front. As you can see here, it's the same flat screwdriver style that we saw on the top of the grill. This is the bottom of the grill, just so you know. And you can either twist that with a screwdriver if you can fit it, or from the top you can press down on it with a screwdriver. Okay, so with the grill finally removed, you've got a couple 10mm bolts to get to before this headlight will come out. But before you do that, something you should certainly do, and will save you a lot of headache, put a little tape down on your bumper. Especially if your truck is a darker color, because this gets really close to your paint. And the last thing you want to do is, when you're installing your sweet LED bulbs, scratch your bumper. We've got a 10mm bolt right here. And we've got a 10mm bolt right here. The wire harness for the headlight is right here. Press in on the tab and pull it apart. Now, you're not quite done yet. There are 2 10mm bolts in the wheel liner that we have to get to. I'm going to show you guys where those are now. So the first step is turn your wheel all the way to the opposite direction of the headlight you're working on. So in this case, we've turned the wheel all the way to the right. We're working on the left headlight. Now, inside here behind the wheel liner, there's a little plastic bracket that attaches to your headlight. And there's a bolt on that bracket. It's a 10mm head bolt, and it's firing toward the back of the truck. So the head's up front, it's firing into the truck. And you need to remove that. And on that same bracket, there's a 10mm bolt that's firing inside the truck. So the head's on the outside of the truck, firing inward. I'm going to do my best to show you guys that after I get it out, just because I understand it's not easy to see what I'm doing now. Now, you can absolutely do this with hand tools. I'm using power tools just to speed it up. With those bolts out, we can now go back to the front of the vehicle, remove the headlight assembly, take it to the bench, and get our turn signals installed. All right, the moment you've all been waiting for, we can pull this headlight out finally. Go ahead and just pull it toward you. There's not much else to it. There shouldn't be any wiring connected because we've already disconnected it. And just be careful of your painted surfaces. Last thing you want to do, like I said earlier, is scratch your truck. All right, this right here is the bracket we were working with inside the wheel liner. And this is a main reason why you want to tape your bumper. Especially, like in this case, this bumper's black. It's gonna show every little bit that we touch on it. From fingerprints to scratches, you don't want to scratch it. So throw a little tape down, prevents this from hitting it, prevents anything from the bottom of the headlight hitting it. It'll just save you a headache. As you can see, we've already got the Supernova V3s on the back of this headlight. Definitely a solid performing bulb. Check out our video on that, especially if you've got this truck. It is the best thing out there for you at this time. Okay guys, so we've got the headlight on the bench over here. I'm going to show you two things now. I'm going to show you how to install the resistor, how to do the wiring, and I'm going to show you how to install the bulbs. For the bulbs, we're using the GTR lighting crystal lens for the marker light, and we're using the Lightning series LED bulb for the turn signal. So, turn signal's up here, and this is the driver's side headlight. Twist that, remove it, like so. Now there's always a chance that when you do these bulbs that you're going to have them in there wrong. They're polarity specific. If you get this thing together and you plug it in and it doesn't work, just yank this bulb out, flip it around, and insert it the other way. We're going to lock that back into place. Same story on the marker light. All right, now we're going to install our resistor. As you can see here, there's three different groups of wiring coming out of this turn signal socket. We've got black on the left, we've got a red with gray in the center, we've got a green on the outside. And the wire colors you want to tie into for this particular bulb is this black wiring here and this green wire on the outside, these two outside pin locations. And on the resistor, there's two wires coming off, and it doesn't matter which one you connect to which, as long as one goes to the black and one goes to the green. And I'm actually not going to connect it up here. I'm going to connect it down here, and the reason for that is on the vehicle there's a nice little metal brace that runs like this near the headlight, and I want to attach this resistor to metal. So if you attach it up here, you're just going to be a little bit limited wire length wise, and so attaching down here is a better idea. And GTR Lighting supplies you with T-taps that you could certainly use on these wires. I prefer to solder them, and I'm going to solder them today. Go ahead and twist that around there. All right, I've got those wires taped up, and actually what I'm going to do here is just tape these all together, this bundle. They weren't like that from the factory, but it just keeps things looking neat back there. I prefer to leave things in a better condition than when I found them if I can. So, here's our resistor. We've got our turn signal installed, and we've got our marker light installed. We can take this headlight back to the truck, plug it all in, make sure it works, and if it does, throw the bolts back in it, we're done. All right, before we button things up completely here and test our lights, I want to mount this resistor. And mounting it to metal is always the best bet. So right here is a metal surface. There's a lot of plastic back here. This is plastic. You don't want to mount to this. These resistors just get too hot for that. So right here's a good spot. It doesn't look like it's going to interfere with the headlight. I always put these screws in the resistor first before I start screwing them down, just because they have a tendency to jump out of your hand, and then you're chasing them around the bumper, and that's no fun. All right. So I'm just going to rest this headlight in here and test it before I get everything put back together. Good way to test it is just turn your hazards on and turn your parking lights on. So, parking lights and the hazards. As you can see, everything's working great. We've got our GTR Lighting Lightning Series turn signal up top. We've got our GTR Lighting crystal lens marker light on the side, and they're both lit up functional. Everything looks great, everything fits great. Like I said earlier in the video, if for some reason you get this thing together and one of the lights doesn't work, just take it out, flip it around, put it back in. It's just a polarity issue. It's usually a simple fix. Thanks for watching. If you've got one of these trucks, an 03 to 15 Nissan Titan, be sure to subscribe to our channel. We've got so much coming out for this thing in the coming weeks. We've got headlights, we've got reverse lights, cargo lights, interior lights, you name it. Major work in progress. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.